Elise, I'm curious to know, how did you first join JCI?
I got in touch with JCI from an event called TOYM, the 10 Outstanding Young Malaysian Award in Malaysia. At that time, I was just moving back home from US. I was studying aerospace engineering in US. I came back to Malaysia and needed some network. So I thought it's an interesting event and it's fun. So then I asked if I can join them as member. I was a photographer. I was asked to be taking photo of the event.
So what makes you continue to join them? What inspired you?
Of course, building relationship and the network was very important. I saw that there is a platform to develop myself and the community. The projects that we are doing is very meaningful. The network is, of course, vast and inspiring. I was visiting all the local organizations in Malaysia and traveling a lot and learning actually a lot about my country, Malaysia, during this time of traveling.
I see. How did you feel about it, going back to the community?
I feel very inspired. Everyone have a story to tell. Everyone has some hidden potential to explore and to motivate, to unleash. It gives a lot to contribute to the society, as in you can see that people's eyes are shining when they were motivated, and you can see that if you help someone, they're gonna help you 10 times back. The impact is enormous for everybody that is actively involved. So not only for me, the person who is being involved and volunteers that are being involved in the project, and also all the stakeholders.
You mentioned about projects. Do you mind to share one project that you could think of in which you actually leverage your strengths, your skills?
I like to challenge status quo. Of course, we're living in this modern world where everything needs to be updated and we need to always adapt ourselves in new situations. At the same time, a lot of things remain the same because, change is hard. And with this attitude of wanting to challenge the status quo, I started a project called Blind Xiao, where it is blind people and visually impaired people taking pictures. And this is a project that is collaborate with the Blind Association of Iceland.
What's the ultimate aim of the project?
The aim of the project is to let people know that we are all, minorities in general. Minorities are in the society. We do contribute to the society and we exist. And also to challenge ourselves not to let any of obstacles or challenges stop us from doing things, from being excellent in what we want to be, even though we have those obstacles and challenges.
So you mentioned about obstacles and challenges, and can you share what did you face when you carry out this project?
So it was very funny when I started this project. There were no people believing in it, as in it's hard to get team members to join me. It took me after a month of preparation and all the stuff for people to join in. It took a while, few months, to actually go to the Blind Association houses and places like that to motivate the blind people to take pictures as well.
So despite the challenges that you mentioned, how did it turn out to be in the end?
It's very funny, actually. The actual president of Iceland came to the opening ceremony of this project. So we had the launch of this project. And he mentioned that even though there is no submission of picture, this project is successful already. And then with all this effort, we actually have 75 submissions. There are 3 judges judging it, and then we put the top 10 pictures in one of the road that is very much walked by tourists as well. So I put these top 10 pictures online for online voting. And from this online voting, it was actually 10,000 people voted. So 10,000 people saw the pictures that the blind have taken, read their stories, and also voted on it. So we have this data from the impact that we have made from this project. And these 10,000 people is also not only Icelanders, they are from all around the world.
All right, moving from there, looking at your JCI career, I find that it's quite unique compared to others, like moving from JCI Malaysia to JCI Iceland. So what were your progressive roles at that time? And what happened actually?
Yeah, so I moved to Iceland in 2012 without any network in Iceland. And at that time, JCI Iceland national president or the national board wants to form an international organization. They were sharing with me that they were trying to form this international organization for 8 years, and that it was not possible for me to come in without any network, without any language skills, or to establish this. But then JCI Reykjavik International was formed after 5 months.
With how many members at that time?
During the date of establishment, it was 23 members when we started.
Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
And now I'm really dying to know, what's your drive to continue climbing the JCI career ladder?
So what drives me is really the community development, that each one of us is of course responsible for the society that we are forming, because we are the society, as in we all compiled together to form the society, to form the culture. And I believe with good leadership, you can form very good culture within the organization and also in business, and also of course in community. To see the community being developed and to see the progress and the impact that you make with people, that's mainly my drive. And I believe that integrity and leading by example is a very important value for leaders to have.
Elise, back in 2016, you were the national president for JCI Iceland, am I right?
Yep.
Okay, so what's the change that you brought to the country at that time?
The change I brought was actually during the election of the national presidency. JCI Iceland was formed in 1960, and I was the first foreigner being elected as national president. And this has to do with Iceland being a liberal country and a welcoming country. As in the constitution or the policy mentioned that you need to be Iceland resident to be a member and to take a position in board and things like that. So this shows me that it is a very open community that welcome and willing to give opportunity to many others.
Wow, this is definitely something new to me. How does JCI change your business or impact your career?
I learned a lot of skills from JCI, particularly leadership skills and the network that we have. Last year, for example, we acquired a company that is much bigger than our company, and not the other way around. So I'm not acquiring a smaller company, but I acquire a bigger company than myself. And I think this is a little bit of challenging the status quo mindset, the leading by example mindset, and kind of just be creative. In my company, for example, we are having a flat organization, so we don't have hierarchy in the company. And that has been working very well. And to be able to have this change management skills is also coming from JCI.
So you actually learn a lot locally, national, or international from JCI. Would you like to share more on that? Yes.
The network that we got from JCI is very valuable. From the network, I have learned a lot of culture, a lot of improve the cultural competency, from traveling to 40 different countries around the world and talking to, of course, more than 40 nationalities. I think it's very fun to learn about different cultures.
Is there any word of encouragement you would like to share with all of us, especially JCI members?
My favorite quote is, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." Every one of our journey is different, and I encourage all of us to take the chance when the opportunity comes. Just say yes. Take the chance to grow into a leader or become a better leader. And with that, JCI is a very, very good platform. And I encourage everyone to join us in this journey.